Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is your boy, Turgon the Wise, coming at you with a new video today. And today, I got a spinny mouse. What is going on with this? Spinny mouse? I don't like you. Uh, today is a special um, episode? Jeez, I don't like using that word. I'm not on TV. I'm just recording another video today. This is like my um, preparatory video for my 15th season that'll be starting on Friday playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War. As you can see, I am signed up. My team is signed up for the Rings of Power campaign that is starting on Friday. So excited about that. A couple of things that I wanted to cover with everyone before I dive into the content of this video, just to give you some context and background. This is going to be a very different season for me, and I owe all of that to one of my oldest friends that I've played this game with, who has retired from Lord of the Rings Rise to War and generously gifted his really fine account to me. So I am deeply appreciative of my buddy Detrope. He will be sorely missed, and we will definitely be staying in touch, but I will be playing on their account this season. And to pay my good friend homage, he asked me to go over in a video the changes that I've made to this account to prepare for the upcoming season. So I'm really excited to share a lot of this stuff with you. I got a lot of stuff planned. And also, another thing that I wanted to talk with everyone about is day one kind of tips, tricks, and strategies. I don't want to take a lot of time. And I think at this point in 2.0, most people are familiar with how to farm first day, especially if it's like your 15th season. I admit it's probably the weakest aspect of my game, so it's something that I'm continuously trying to get better at. I'm never one of those guys that's like top 10 in farm on a server. It just never happens for me. But maybe this account will enable me to perform better. So, at any rate, the other thing I wanted to go over is my name is not Turgon the Wise in my game anymore. I'm going by Turgon's name in the ancient elven language known as the Quenya, which is Turcano the Wise. That is his name in the Quenya. It is the same thing as Turgon the Wise. I'm just being a nerd, okay? So I just wanted to get that all straightened out so you all understand what's going on here. So to start, I'm going to go to the commanders, shall we? Yes, let's. So this is my Dane, and I'm going to go over 8 or 9 commanders tonight, and some of them are going to be really quick, and some of them are going to take a couple extra minutes to talk through because I want to talk through the changes that I made and why I made them for each commander. Okay, so this is my current Dane. He's got 228 attack, which is pretty good, I gotta say. It's got almost 9,000 HP, just a tad shy. 60 command is actually higher than I expected. I'm pretty sure Gimli has like 19 or 20 or something, some pitiful number. I was like, oh, but at any rate, and then his damage is 50 to 69, so he is going to be pumping it out. Z11, beautiful, beautiful. Commander, obviously the best commander in the portfolio, I would have to say. He's gorgeous, and we're using all best in slot attack gear except for the chest piece, which is Durin's plate, which will give him, instead of 24 attack to commander, we're going to leverage the 36 defense to army to make his troops a little bit more tough. We changed him up. Here's what he looked like before. Let's come on up here to my little before pictures here. Before, he went with the War Cry trait, which increases the damage dealt by the formation by 20% for the first 3 rounds. So when you think about it, that's like a plus 60% damage overall, if you don't consider the time aspect of the equation. I decided I did not like that, and I wanted to try something different. He certainly pumped out a ton of damage with that. Let's real quick go back and just look at the stats. 261 attack. I'm down to 228. 92 to 94, really no difference there. 24 here, 46 there. I lost some focus, so he'll be a little bit more prone to getting. He won't mitigate as much focus burn poison damage, but I mean the difference between 46 and 24 in that department is really quite negligible, and then 19 initiative to 25 initiative before. So those stats all kind of went down, other than the defense slightly getting higher. His HP is fairly comparable. Everything is really comparable. The attack stat just went down by a total of 33. But when you think about the changes that I made to the set bonuses he has using, excuse me, we're going with the Dwarven Fortitude trait, which decreases damage received by dwarfs when you use dwarfs in the formation by 5%. That is damage. That's all damage. Physical, focus, all of it, everything. So that's why I went with that one. I plan on running him heavily with dwarves, obviously, whether it's the Guardians or the Rams or whatever else I can get my little grubby hands on. That in combination with the Might set, which is going to increase the physical damage dealt by the commander's formation by 5%. So 5%. I don't, like, this is a question I have for you all out there. Maybe you can help me understand this. When I see something say increases physical damage by 5%, that to me is this damage stat. So I'm getting 5% here. So 10% of 50 is 5. So half of 5 would be 5%, which is 2.5. So the minimum damage goes from 50 to 52 and a half. And then the top end damage, half of 69, well, 10% of 69 is 6.9. Half of that is 4.45, I think. So you add 4.45 to 69, it gets you to 73.5, which is pretty good. Now, if I'm wrong and it actually affects the attack stat, or maybe who knows, maybe it affects both. Um, the 5% then 10% of 228 is 22.8. Half of that is 11.4. 11.4 plus 228 would get me up to 239.4. So when you think about it in those terms, I'm getting more beefier by having 5% less damage coming to dwarves, and I'm not losing as much damage because of the might over here, mitigating the loss of 31 attack. So I think that the change in Dane here, sacrificing a little bit of attack from the chest to go get a little beefier on the defensive side, I think this is going to go a really long way for this commander this upcoming season. We're going to test it and find out. Next up, we're going to go to Sauron. And Sauron has 47 speed. And then he's got the bonus of 18 from the weapons. So he's got 6 initiative from the spear. He gets none from the helmet. We went tank for the helmet. And then 6 from the explorer's outfit. And then 6 from Miros range. So that's the 18. And then you get the 10 on top of that. So really his speed is going to be 57 in combat. Um, and then on the defensive side of things, 24 here, 48 plus 24, it's 72. Throw in another 15 here, it gets me up to 87. Not as much, I would not say Sauron is, in tank gear by any stretch of the imagination. But since I've given him as much initiative that I can possibly give him, given the set and the gear that I have available to me, the initiative is as high as I can get it, and the defense is as high as I can get it. So we'll see how well this goes, and I think, overall it should be pretty good. I mean, his command is 510, so he's mitigating 1/3 of all damage. So that with the defense and all his other skills is R5, where you just have 15% less of all your stats. Um, it's strong. He's this is the NRP meta right here, the Dane Sauron combo, and then the third guy is going to be Gandalf the White. Before I go to him, though, I just want to show you what Sauron looked like before, and it was very, very similar. I did not make a whole lot of changes. He went with the set. With the speed set, and I basically just swapped out these 3 pieces. The ring became the Miras Reigns, and the helmet went to Casca the Isle, and the chest went to the Explorer's outfit. So I increased his maximum initiative It probably he's level 48 here, so at 50 he probably would have been 44 or maybe even 45. So really my net gain in initiative is only 2 or 3, but I reduced his focus quite a bit to make him beefier in the army defense area, and I think that's going to go a long way. And also his command almost doubled. 270 to 510 is a pretty big jump. So I think this is going to work better for him next season. Getting off the white, I got nothing to show you on the before aspect because I didn't do nothing to this beautiful man. Like, this is everything I've ever wanted my Gandalf the White to be. Z7, um, and he's got a ton of focus, 242 focus, 49 initiative. He's fast. He's got a lot of focus. He's going to be really good. And I'm going to go initially with the full DD damage build. We'll see what that's like. If I don't like it, then maybe I'll chuck a point or two from Wizard into White Rider. I may continue trying to get a little bit more rep for him, even though it costs a hell of a lot of rep to get him any levels. And now up in the Z's here, um, yeah, I love this Gandalf the White. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. I think he's going to be able to pump out anywhere from 50 to 80,000 damage per battle, which in with that supplementing Dane being able to pump out 200,000 and Gimli probably who we're going to go over next, he's going to be able to do about 150 to 170,000 probably himself, especially once I get one more round of refining his axe in there, and then at 3% stacked twice 6%, he's gonna hit pretty hard. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of Gimli, as you can see here, he's Z2. He's gonna be the fourth guy on my top army, pumping out mad damage. We gave him the Divide and Conquer set. He's got 51 focus, so he's going to be going through all types of evasion once he gets to around level 48 or 49, and he gets up his focus up to 50. It's going to be really fun to see what he can do. I'm really excited to test him out. Other than that, I mean, from a before and after perspective, it's really not a whole lot different, other than that we got him the relic and leveled it up, and we swapped out the Axe of Khazad Doom here to give him the whip, the what do they call this guy here? The Blazing Tongue. So he's going to be receiving, less damage each round. Round 10, he's going to be receiving 20% less damage. It's going to be tough to take him out. And then we've got the massive breastplate on him that gives him 18 defense, and that's going to be about all I can give him. That's going to buff him up really. Not so significant, but I think it'll do. I think he's gonna do well for me. Between Dane, Gandalf the White, and Gimli blasting, it's gonna be a really potent squad, and then you're gonna have to deal with a pretty moderately quick and not paper troops Sauron. Not a tank by any stretch of the imagination. He's not going to be anywhere near as beefy as my Sauron was on my OG account last season, but it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this squad can do. I'm going to skip ahead now. Actually, real quick, I just want to go over the stat changes with Gimli. So here you can see he's currently at 45 to 67, 218. Old school Gimli, 40 to 50, 236. So again, I reduced his attack stat ever so slightly by what, 18. But he's got the focus that he needs, and he is I mean, he was pretty beefy with the two-piece fortitude set here, but he's definitely a beefier boy now with the four-piece divide and conquer set. And yeah, it's gonna be fun to see what he can do. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, so moving on to the second unit now, I'm going to start with the damage because arguably this guy deserves to be in the top line. And if there's a situation where Gimli's not hacking it against certain other players and I'm choking up on the bat with two strikes to try and see if I can, take out a whale or kraken of some kind, then I'm going to be going to Bayorn here. And this Bayorn, I'm really excited to see because I think that this is one of the most ridiculous damage commanders in the game. And even though he's not wearing, aside from the Cask of Pride, he's not wearing any best in slot damage dealer gear. He's wearing the next tier down, which is the black bow, totally maxed out, maxed upgrade, maxed refine. 12 to 28 extra damage from that, plus the 39 attack. So it's not 48 attack, it's not 10 to 30 attack like it is on the Axakaza Doom, but it's still really, really strong. And then, of course, the Cask of Pride, like I said, is also that's your 48. And then the Drums of Barad-dûr, it's the same thing as the Black Bow. It's basically the second best attack accessory you can get for DD comms. 36 attack here, 6 to 10 damage. This is maxed out. So you add all that in together, and then I'm making his troops tougher again. 48 defense with this best in slot tanking chest with the perseverance trait. What's perseverance going to do for him? Oh, that's only going to increase his damage by 2% every round, so that in round 10, he's going to erupt like a volcano with plus 20% damage, and he's going to have survivability to make it that long because of this chest piece. And he's got 8,000 health. Let's see what he looked like before. You may wonder, what have I done? He had a flay set before, which was good. It decreases opponent's defense by 15 during combat. But, and you know, again, the might stat I brought way down. It's 244 here. Now it's down to 200. So I took away his ore, but I took away his raiment. But I made him a lot beefier, and the perseverance set, I think that this is going to be ridiculous. I think he's going to also pump out 200,000 damage. So if I need more damage, I'll swap him out with Gimli on the top line, and I think that's going to do really well. And um, basically on all my damage dealing comms, I've subbed out the chest piece that only gives you 24 attack for commander. I've subbed it out for something that I think is going to be more impactful, which is the plus 48, or in the instance of Dane plus 36, troop defense. So again, just thinking a little bit out of the box here, giving some different things a try. Um, you know, having gone up against some really, really tough opponents last season, I want to make sure that I have everything. You know, I want to have plenty of damage, but you know, rumor has it when you have Beorn and Dane together, they do so much damage that neither of them really reaches their full potential, unless, of course, you're fighting somebody who is as strong or stronger than you. So that's why I'm going to try initially splitting them up, see how he can help out a second formation, and is the tank of that second formation going to be? It could be one of these two gentlemen, either Isildur or Gil-galad. Now, the gear that's on Isildur currently is far from tanking gear. It's a flay set, army attack damage set. Only it's not all best in slot for that because you got the harp here as opposed to what you want for attacking. It's more of a tank piece, but this is something where I could swap the gear out interchangeably with Gil-galad to turn him into a DD. And I take Gil's gear and put it on Isildur to make him the tank. So there's some options there. There's some flexibility there that we'll check out. And what's Gil-galad look like here? Well, we got him in a 4-piece fortitude set, so that's 10% physical damage received. Plus, he's got, I've done the math, 144 army defense from gear alone, and then you go to his skills, and during the Kingly Kin effect, that's another 15 there, and then you've got another 9 from his R5, so that boosts him in the first, what is this, the first 2 rounds? He'll be at 159 plus 9, 168 defense. Plus, when this goes off, the next instance of damage taken by the commander's formation, negative 15%. I mean, he's going to be beefy, and he's got a stun to boot. So, I know he's not Sauron, and I don't have all the best in slot gear for him for tanking, but this will do the trick. I think the Liang and the Fiddle are going to be good items for him. I decided not to give this the pieces that it needs to 5-star. I'm kind of hanging on to stuff right now. I'm in like wait and see mode because really it's only going to net me another 3 defense, and I don't know if I want to pump 5 more gold accessories for 3 defense, really. If it gave some sort of an attack stat, not, well, like it does give a unit attack. What is that, 10 to 12? It's just not really a lot. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll make that change as necessary. But he's just pretty. He is a pretty Comet Z7. What did he look like before, you might wonder? Well, he looked like this. There's the flag gear that's on a seal door. It's exactly the same. We just moved it over. So what did a seal door look like before? A seal door looked like this before he also had a flay set. We melted down pretty much all of this. I think the headpiece is sitting somewhere and the accessory is sitting somewhere. But these two pieces have been liquidated, I'm pretty sure. Last but not least, we have 2 heroes left, and I only have a before for one of them, which is Lurtz. He also had a Flay set. We really liked Flay, Detrope, buddy. I like Flay too, but this is going to be a fun set for him because I basically mirrored the same thing that I did with Dane, where I gave him the 2-piece Might set and the 2-piece Fortitude set. So I think that's a really nice combo that you can use on DD comms. His attack I wish was at least 200, but it'll get there probably if I ever get his relic, which will happen sometime. Can I see the thing? Yeah, there's commander attack +6. So if I get this upgraded and they give me 1 level in commander attack, that's the 12 that I need right there to get over 200 attack. So that'll be a difference maker for him once I get there. And that may be, it probably won't be this season, but it may be by the end of the summer. We'll see. 7,000 HP. Wish it was a little bit higher, but this is my 4th damage dealing commander on my second army formation, so he doesn't get the priority that the other commanders do in terms of levels and refinements and such. So I think he'll do just fine in most instances, especially for like PvE, um, or if there is opportunity to use 2 formations at once. I could use the second formation to kind of weaken somebody a little bit and then just knock them out with my main formation, or the opposite way around. I could hurt somebody real bad with the main formation, and then this formation would come in and just mop up pretty nicely. So. The last commander I'm going to go over, I don't have a picture of from before, and I apologize for that, but I guess I just skipped my mind. I missed it. Man's not perfect. Uh, so this is what the last commander on the second line is going to be looking like here. You want Gandalf the Grey on that second line. You need that support. You need the White Council to potentially mitigate damage. Hopefully you don't run into something that can cast Madness faster than this wonderful 27, which becomes 37 with the set bonus. So his White Council can hopefully go off before someone can steal it from him. If that happens, then you're pretty much going to be screwed. But otherwise, he's got a lot of focus at 218, and we'll see what he can do. I'm going to approach him like a damage dealing com as well for now. And if it sucks, then I'll test out also putting the 7 points in the gray and see how that goes. We'll see. So that's everything I got for tonight in terms of going over the changes that I've made to this gorgeous account that I'm really, really thrilled and excited to try out next season. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our server is looking pretty spicy. We can take a look at that real quick because, I mean, the information is public. It's not like I'm revealing any secrets here. If you just come over to the team list and sort by Rings of Power. Here you can see us, and then there's a team down in Mordor, Brokenar. Uh, it's a small team here up in Ered Mithrin. Ilil is in the east. I'm not sure who Talk Ticker is here. I feel like I've seen that name before, but it looks like an S3 player, so kind of hard to take these 25 guys seriously. Ares is Gods. They're over in Iron Hills. Um, Baragon. Who is this dude? Oh, it's a 4 season guy. I mean, again, it's like 72 players is pretty significant, but like What are they gonna do? Where are they going? They're in Inidwaith. So we'll see what happens there. Goblin, what's his name? Goblin Gold. He's from a team called Hack. I've never heard of this team. I don't know Bend or Hack. So no idea how good they may be. So looking forward to putting that to the test. Uh, this is Dobe. So we got Dobe, we got Ilil, we got Gods, we got Yudz, we got All Things Middle Earth, which is Bank. So that's really it, and it's looking pretty spicy. I mean, that's a lot of big teams right there, and that's what we want, baby. We want, to have fun. Just go and fight a bunch of different people and try to have a good experience. Give everyone, some fun PvPs and battles, and let the chips fall where they lay. And hopefully it will be, a nice non-toxic environment for gaming. As if that ever happens anywhere. Um, but yeah, that would be really cool. The last thing I wanted to go over before I go is my thoughts on day one. And I created this really nerdy spreadsheet here that I want to share with y'all. I may have done this in a previous video too. If so, if I'm going over old stuff, then I apologize. But I like to put together a little bit of a plan for myself, challenge myself to see if I can, um, you know, uh, do something and see if it pays off in my ability to get farmed more quickly in the early game. So I made just this chart here. You can see like, for level 1 tile, it gives you 36 XP, 10 gives you 656, and so on and so forth, right? So a 300 tile, you net 143,900 XP. 200 gets you 65,000. And I took these measurements last season from Com. So, being in the King of Men server, I don't expect these values to change. And those are the values that you can see here from the formula. You get 32,700 thereabouts for each army that you fight on the level 200 dial. So, you can see um, I'm not just making these numbers up. So next column here, I'm going over the commander level. So it only requires 1300 XP to reach level 6. From level 6 to level 7, it's 1900. From level 7 to level 8, it's 2500, and so forth. So you can kind of climb the ladder that way. And I didn't record all the way up to 50 because I'm lazy, and that after you reach 40, like kind of like who cares? So, because at 40, you only get your XP either through the purple scrolls or through PvP. So it's really just a race to 40, if you know what I mean. And then I made a column for cumulative XP required, so you can see, if you're like, well, how much XP is it for me to go from 6 to 22? Well, it's 214,000 to get all the way there. If you add all these numbers up, it's 214,000. So it's a very simple formula to do this. Anyone can do this. I'm not doing anything fancy on the spreadsheet by any stretch of the imagination. So next, I'm just, putting an attack number in, like this is attack number 1, this is attack number 2. And then attack number 1, I'm attacking a level 30 tile, which is going to give me roughly 3,200 XP, and that's going to get me to level 6. This column over here, if your eyes followed me over here and you're like, what's this? Well, uh, this is how much stamina you get in the first 24 hours. You get 480, 300 plus M2. What's the 300? Okay, so you get 20 XP per hour. So 24 hours, you regenerate 480 XP. And you start the season with 300 stamina, I believe. Because normally you get 200 stamina, but the first 24 hours you get a buff and it gets up to 300. So you have a total of 780 stamina that you have to work with if you do nothing but attack tiles, which is 20 stamina per attack. Then you can take a maximum of 39 tiles with your main formation, which the other consideration that this spreadsheet doesn't talk about at all is, you don't start off the season being able to use 4 commanders in an army. You start with with basically one or two. Very quickly you get to two, and you actually get to three pretty quickly too. If I remember correctly from last season, I got my third commander about 20 or 30 minutes into the season, and I highly recommend that you don't start following this until you have your third commander. With two commanders, the level 30 mob is probably going to wipe you. So just be careful and take that into consideration if you're deciding to use my nerdy spreadsheet to get you up to level 27 for the end of the first day, because by my calculations, using this formula, attacking these tiles, this amount of tiles in this order, that's how high you can go. Now, if you're not a weenie like me, maybe you take more than one 200 tile on the first day. Yo, bravo. There's like maybe 1% of players in the game that are strong enough to do that. So that's why my math here doesn't follow that formula. But it is possible that this account could do it. So I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to see how easy or hard it is to accomplish these goals. And if it turns out to be really, really easy, then as I'm going through these, I will make it more challenging, and I will make adjustments to the numbers, and we'll see. This will all adjust itself basically automatically. The only changes I need to do manually is in column L here. So we'll see how it goes. And, sometime maybe when I do my season 16 preparations, I'll let you know, if I made changes to this since we recorded this video and walked through it together. At any rate, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate your time and listening to me ramble on like a maniac. And, again, my sincerest thanks to my buddy Detrope. I want to throw out some other shout outs to my guys over here on Yudz, Francis, Vanilla, Jeffy Kaka, him Lee, all you guys in the leadership team, Two Steps, Gibby, and just great guys to work with. So looking forward to the upcoming season, working with everyone on the team. We got a bunch of new people on the team. Really looking forward to fight along your side. It's going to be really great. And I think our team has, in some ways, actually improved from this season to last season, at least on paper. We'll see. You never know. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So the season starts on Friday, 4 a.m. for me. I plan to be on. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I wake up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I will do at least minimally the same thing that I did last season with like a weekly report out of some kind. There may be one week that I missed, though. However, at some point I'm going to be going on a little trip, and I will be camping and such. So during that time, it'll be radio silence from Turgon the Wise. No big deal. It'll be fun. It's summertime. This should be a chill season, hopefully. So it'll be competitive. It'll be fun. It'll be action packed. And wishing everyone that is involved on the server the best of luck. I hope that everyone has an enjoyable experience fighting each other, testing different teams, different calibers. There should be all different levels of teams here. There should be someone for everyone to fight on the server, really. So it's really just all about, communicating well with one another and ensuring that the right matchups are had. And if it's not a good matchup, you're gonna know pretty quick. So we all have an open line of communication. Let's make sure we use it effectively for the good of the server. So, at any rate, those are my thoughts. Those are my hopes, my dreams. But yeah, just looking forward to a great season again. Thanks so much for everyone. Um, Looking forward to seeing what we get here this crazy season. If there's any surprises, if there's any debacles, if there's drama, I will not talk about it until after the season is over, like usual. But rest assured, I have very, very high expectations for this server. I think that all the people that I've talked to that are involved in the server are really, easy to work with, and seem to be, pretty chill. So hopefully there isn't too much of that, and we can have a good, clean, fun server and enjoy our summer at the same time. Wouldn't that be something? Hey, all right, my friends. Turgon the Wise signing off. Talk to you next time. Take care. Stay well. Cheers.